Alright everyone, welcome back to the Poke Historian. I'm your host Matt X. This is another episode of the Card Art Gallery. And tonight, we're taking a look at Celestial Storm, a set from the Sun and Moon era. I think it's got a few cool cards. Let's go ahead and dive in and see what we're working with here, huh? First off, got a nice Bellsprout here. This is actually a really pretty artwork. You got the Bellsprouts here in different poses, hanging out in this forest area. Very pretty. I like the colors on this one. We got a Weepinbell here by Tanaka, hanging out by some leaves. Nothing too crazy, but it's nice. We got Victreebel, also by Tanaka, spewing poison everywhere. And those trees are kind of funny. Like, they almost look like the leaves are poison themselves, but I think they are intended to be leaves. They're just very stylized trees. Huh. We got a Scyther here. That's pretty sick. Kusajima, of course. Coming through with the great artwork as always. Very nice. We got Spinarak here by Adachi. That's very neat. Almost looks like a Mori artwork, but then it's on like a drawn background, so that's kind of neat. Like the spider web. Aridos, that's got to be Arita, of course it is. That's a really nice artwork by Arita. I feel like Aridos is kind of an underrated Pokemon. Got here a nice Trico. Very relaxing pose there. I like this one. I love artwork like this. You can just tell like a lot of care and attention went into it. I never realized how much Trico's tail looks like a leaf too. It's interesting. Got another Trico here coming right at us. This set's got some good artwork so far. Nice Grovyle by Nagasawa. That's sick. We got Sceptile by Arita, making its way through the forest. Got another Sceptile on the move there in the fall background. Seedot. I didn't realize Seedot could hang from trees like that. I guess it kind of makes sense. It is the acorn Pokemon. Well, that makes sense then, right? It's another Seedot splashing in a pond here. And then we got Nuzleaf. Always kind of an interesting looking Pokemon. It's got some nipple action going on there. Never noticed that before. Then Shiftry. This is a very mysterious Pokemon. Got ourselves a GX. It looks like it's got like a giant chin. Like, I've never looked this closely at it before, but that's kind of... It almost looks like a wrestler like wearing a mask, and like there's its chin. Very strange. Den of Inequity. Doesn't sound like a place I want to go. Surskit, Sugimori artwork. Masquerain by Baba. Pretty nice. Volbeat. Saruda. Saruda does good artwork. I need to look more into their stuff. Here's Illumise, also by Saruda. Winking. Cacnea, that's gotta be Nishida. Yep, of course it is. Cacturn, also by Nishida. I love when the artist does like all the different Pokemon in the line of evolution in the set. Always makes it feel more connected. Tropius. Hamino. I always thought this was a really cool Pokemon. It's got that dinosaur vibe going on. It's got bananas underneath its chin. Got Delmise here. The Sea Creeper Pokemon. What a name. Umamoto. Yeah, it is an Umamoto artwork, isn't it? Huh. Pretty cool. Got a nice Slugma here. Harada. Very interesting. Yep, and then Harada did this one too. Yeah, like I said, I love when they do all the Pokemon in the line of evolution. You got a nice Torchic here by Hamino, going for a run. Look at the detail on that background. Got another Torchic hanging out on a farm or something. White picket fence. Combuskin, this is cool. Looks like Mordor or something. And then here's the Blaziken. Blaziken GX. I remember back in the day pulling one of these GXs was a big deal. And now a card like this, nobody would even care if they pulled something like this now. Because now it's all about illustration and special illustration rares. It's funny how the times change. You got Torkoal here, Sugimori artwork, nothing special. Oricorio by Kimura. Look how pretty that background is. Oricorio's looking a little sassy here. Ready to dance to flamenco. Got a nice Articuno GX. 5-band graphics. Don't think I've ever seen this card before. We got Mudkip here going for a little swim. That's not bad. Oh, look at this Mudkip. That's nice. Sutsui. That's beautiful with all the purple water flowers here. I like that. This is kind of a good set. Marshtomp, Sugimori. Got Swampert here. Look at that. Out in the muck. I like this artwork a lot. It's one of the cooler depictions I've seen of Swampert. I feel like Swampert needs a special illustration from here. That'd be cool. Got Lotad here. That's got to be Nishida. Such a funny little Pokemon. Lombre, Nishida. And Ludicolo. Look at that. Always liked that Pokemon. Pretty darn good in the game. Here we got a nice Wailmer by Hamino. Got Wailord here. And I tell you what, you really get a feel for how big that thing is when you play new Pokemon Snap. Like when it comes out of the water in the coastal stage. Holy cow. Thing's gigantic. Clamperl. Taking a little nap. Huntail. One of the more forgotten Pokemon, I'd say, but it's pretty sweet. And Gorbis, too. Don't mind this Pokemon either. It's got a nice design. The South Sea Pokemon by Mizu. Got ourselves a Love Disc here. Yarn Love Disc. Regice. Look at this Kyogre. That's interesting. I've never noticed this one before. Looks like it's making a splash inside like the cave where you find it in Pokemon Sapphire, maybe? Who knows? Voltorb, Sugimori, Electrode GX. Interesting. We got a Chinchou, Kasube. Don't see them doing too many artworks anymore. I'm not even sure if they are doing artworks anymore at this point, but that's cool. Got Lantern here. That's nice. Electrike by Saito. Electricity going everywhere. Manectric. I feel like this is kind of an underrated Pokemon. I want to get the illustration rare for it from Pitch Black at some point. It's a nice card. Got Plusle hanging out with Minim. And Minim hanging out with Plusle. That's kind of cool. Very interesting artwork. Almost looks like they're playing with like small stars or something. Or meteorites, or I don't even know. Got another Oricorio here. Cheerleader. The Mime. Gulpin by Mori. Swalot. The Poison Bag Pokemon. It gulps anything that fits in its mouth. Its special enzymes can dissolve anything. Sounds useful. Here we got a little spoink. It bounces around on its tail to keep its heart pumping. It carries a pearl from clam pearl on its head. So that's from a clam pearl. I never knew that. Did y'all know that? Huh. That's an interesting little tidbit. So the pearl comes from clam pearl. Got Grumpig here, Sugimori. Got Lunatone. Nakamura. Well, that's got to be Umamoto. Of course it is. Yeah, that's pretty neat. Such good artwork from them. And this has got to be Arita. Of course it is. Shuppet's going for a little stroll. Underrated ghost Pokemon for sure. Oh, look at this Shuppet. That's funny. Sticking its tongue out and winking at us. We got Banette. Also an underrated Pokemon. Love the one from Ascended Heroes. Like, what's it doing? Putting on makeup here? Like, what's this all about? Getting ready for a hot date? Okay. Go get him, Banette. Here's Banette GX. Huh. I guess that's supposed to be like a zipper on its mouth. I never really thought about that before, but I think that's what's going on there. Interesting. We got Deoxys here. Looks like the speed form. Such a cool... Oh, and then we got the defense form too. All right. I guess this set's got all the Deoxys. Or is that the speed form? And then that's the attack form. Okay. We got Lunala here coming in for the attack. I know this card. This is a reprint from Neo Genesis. That's random. So is this. What are we doing here? What the Neo Genesis? More Neo Genesis? Super weird. Another one. But I think this is from Neo Discovery. What the Neo? Yeah, definitely Neo Discovery. What's this all about? Okay, I guess we're done with that. That was super random. So Celestial Storm randomly just has Neo cards in it. Metacham. Looks like it's breakdancing almost. Baltoy, Sugimori. Claydol. Regirock by Yoshida. Looks like a 3D artwork. Look at this Groudon. Pretty fearsome. Palossand GX. Got Minior. That's the form before it takes off the rock exterior around its body. We got Alolan Rattata here. Nice colorful artwork. Look at that Alolan Raticate. Chubby boy. What the? More Neo? What is going on here? I don't even know what to say. That's so weird. Oh, here's a Sableye. That's a cool artwork by Baba. I like that one a lot. What? Why is Steelix from Neo Genesis in this set? That's so weird. I had no idea all these Neo reprints were in this set. Scizor. That's cool. Mawile. Amino. Beldum, that's nice. Kimura. Kimura really seems to like the woodland backgrounds, I've noticed. Another Beldum. Looks like it's in an electrical storm or something. Matang. Looks like it's going pretty fast wherever it's going. Got Metagross there. Oh, and you got Steven in the background. That's kind of cool. Registeel. Oh, here we got a Jirachi. That's nice. Pretty cool artwork there. What do they call these? Like prism rares, I think. Heatran. Solgaleo. We got an Ultra Beast. Celesteela. More Ultra Beast. Kartona. I never care for these Ultra Beasts. Stakataka. Okay. Very nice bag on there. Another bag on. Very happy. We got Shelgon. Yarn Shelgon, that is. A nice Salamence by Rita. Oh, here's another Prism Rare, Latias. It's kind of cool. Kind of reminds me of a Gold Star or something for some reason. I don't know why. Latios Prism. Here we got a Rayquaza GX. Flying through the sky, getting ready to use Hyper Beam, looks like. Dunsparce, that was random. Wingull. Sugimori artwork. There's a little boat down there, that's funny. Pelipper. Tell you what, in new Pokemon Snap, this thing is on the hunt out there, man. It's always looking for something to eat. I just saw a scene where it was chasing around a love disc. Don't mess with that. Look at that, Slackoth. Ooh. Interesting behind. God. Vigoroth. Very fearsome sloth. And we got Slaking. Whismur. Being chased by Beware. Beware's kind of creepy. Whismur again. Yarn version. Loudred. Turning it up. Exploud. We got a little Skitty here by Sugimori. Delcatty, very nice card. Beautifully drawn. Kecleon. Uyama, this is kind of a nice card. Huh. Uyama doesn't do that many cards, so this is kind of interesting to see in the set. Got the Acrobike. Acrobike again. Apricorn Maker. Wasn't this in one of the EX sets, like back in the day? Or was this even like, was this like in Skyridge or something? I think this might have been from like from the E-Series era. Huh. Reprint Beast Ball, okay. Bill's Maintenance. I feel like that card was in Neo Genesis. Copycat. Seen this one before. Energy Recycle System. Energy Switch. The Fisherman. The Friend Ball. How. Looking pretty serious there for How. Got a Hiker. Hustle Belt. Last Chance Potion. Life Herb. There's old Lucia. I think she's from the remakes of Ruby and Sapphire, right? That's probably why I don't know her. I never played those games. The Masked Royal. Pokénav. Rainbow Brush. Rare Candy. Shrine of Punishment. That doesn't seem very Pokemon-esque. Sky Pillar, classic location. Didn't they make like a Lego set based around this recently with Rayquaza? Stevens Resolve. Looking very wealthy there, Steven. Very wealthy indeed. Super Scoop Up. Switch. Tate and Lisa. Pretty random gym leaders. Tate and Lisa again. That's actually kind of a nice artwork of them. I don't mind that one. TV Reporter. Underground Expedition. Rainbow Energy, a reprint from Rocket. We got Shiftry GX. Blaziken GX. These were really sought after cards back in the day too. Now nobody wants these full arts. Electrode GX. Mime. Banette. Caesar. Stakataka. Rayquaza. Apricorn Maker by Himino. That's pretty cool. I've seen the full art version of that with Sunkern. So that's why they did the reprint. Huh. There's Bill doing his maintenance. Good trainer cards. Copycat's nice. See ya. Remember my ex pulled this back in the day. I think she sold it for like $400 or something. That was before there was any of this Pokemon Boom stuff, though. Pretty wild. Stevens Resolve. Tate and Lisa. TV Reporter. Underground Expedition. Very nice trainers. Finally, we have the rainbows. Shiftry. Blaziken. Articuno. Part of me does like miss the simpler days when we had these rainbows. It's hard to explain. Everybody used to want these. Now nobody does. So weird how things can change. I mean, I get why they could be kind of repetitive because there's so many of them, but like individually standing alone though, I don't think they look that bad. This card's from that special Rayquaza premium collection for Hidden Fates. That's not even a part of this set. Gold bike. Gold belt. Gold herb. I don't know why all these items are the gold cards. Rainbow Energy. That's kind of pretty, I guess. Alright, so that's it for Celestial Storm. So what's the verdict? So honestly, for a set that came out before we started getting all the tag team cards and before you had alternate arts and illustration rares and all that stuff, I'd say it's pretty good. There's some really nice artworks in here. Good selection of Pokemon. The Neo reprints in the set are kind of strange, but I mean, I can look past it. It's almost like a little nostalgia hit there, which I don't mind. But seriously, there are some nice artworks in here. This Kecleon, Delcatty. I even don't mind some of the GXs like this Rayquaza here. And you got these Prism rares that everyone's kind of forgotten about, but I could see those maybe being sought after someday. Who knows? Anyways, thanks for watching. Like and subscribe if you want to see more content like this. Hit the notification bell to be alerted when I'll put out new videos. And let me know down in the comments what you think of this set. Was it pretty cool? This is a good one too. I think it's pretty cool. And I do miss Rainbow Rares a little bit. Alrighty, see you in the next video.